Hello YouTube and welcome back to MiahsBug. On this episode we are going to be building carbon fiber panels for our car. I'm going to show you guys how to build a carbon fiber panel like these, just a flat carbon fiber plate in the most simple, dumbed down version that I could possibly do for anyone who wants to build carbon fiber in their garage. I've been building carbon fiber or fiberglass composite parts for my entire adult life. For over 20 years. I actually hold a patent for composite flight control cables, tension members for high altitude aircraft. So I think I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a long time, and I want to just show you guys a very, very simple version of how you can build panels in your garage. There's a lot of stuff out there that shows you how to build composite parts, and they're very, very complicated for no reason. I mean, a lot of the stuff that you want to put on your cars, they're going to be really simple, flat parts. So today I'm going to show you guys how you can do that using just a few products and a piece of glass. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to choose your material. This material here, this is a 2x2 twill, okay? This here, this is a plain weave. A lot of people like the look of the 2x2 twill much more than the plain weave, and I agree. I don't really like the look of the plain weave. You can see here, we'll spray it with a little bit of alcohol. You can see the difference in the patterns here. This is plain weave and 2x2 twill. So you guys can buy these products anywhere you want. I mean, they're all over online. You can even get it from Temu, and Temu's carbon fiber is actually not that bad. So for our tool, I am going to be using a bedroom mirror. A mirror out of my kid's room. There's my camera right there. This is just a door mirror out of my kid's bedroom. So we're gonna use that, and I'm gonna show you guys how to prep it to do your layup. The other thing we need to do is we need to choose our release agent. Our release agent we're going to be using today, because it is the most simple and cheapest way to release a surface for laying up. We're going to use wax. So this is a mirror glaze, number 8. And then this is PVA, polyvinyl alcohol. That is a vinyl film that's applied as a liquid. And when it dries, it creates like a plastic film that can be peeled. We're going to use that as our release agent. The third thing we need to do is we need to choose our resin system. I highly recommend you do not use this fiberglass resin system from Bondo. It has its place. Usually if you're doing like fiberglass layups for, I don't know, fenders for an off-road car or something like that, you're using chopped fiberglass, that's where that stuff really comes into play. But it's very, very smelly. It's stinky. It will go through all your cracks in your doors and into your house, and you'll fog out your whole entire family. So try to stay away from that. I would recommend an epoxy system. If you're using an epoxy system, it's not as stinky and it's easier to use. And also it's a little bit more expensive, but in my opinion, it's worth it. But yeah, you can use this stuff if you want to. I just wouldn't recommend it. So I won't be using this stuff today, but I'm gonna be using a West Systems laminating epoxy. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is mask off all the areas you wanna keep clean. Then clean your mold surface with alcohol. I like to use old t-shirts as shop rags. Just cut them up into small squares and you can use them and throw them out when you're done. This wax is pretty crumbly because it's years old, but what you want to do is just apply a nice even coat over the entire surface and buff it in really well. Give it about 5 minutes and then come back by with a clean rag and start to remove the wax. You can buff this out until you get a nice, clean, shiny surface. I like to do 3 coats of wax in order to make sure I have a good, clean release. On your final coat, make sure to buff it really well and remove all the remaining wax. There are 2 easy methods to apply the PVA. The first one would be just to put it into a squirt bottle and apply it directly to the mirror. Spread the PVA over the entire surface and make a nice, clean, even coat. Make sure not to scrub the surface or to buff it in. The other way to apply the PVA to the surface is to use a HVLP gun. This is the preferred method for application. Give your PVA about 30 to 40 minutes to dry, and then mix your epoxy. You want to weigh out your epoxy per the manufacturer's recommendations. Make sure to tare the cup on the scale, that way you're not weighing the cup with your epoxy. Mix for at least 2 minutes. Make sure to scrape the sides of your cup, the bottom of your cup, and your stick. Carefully unroll your material onto the mold and cut it to size. You do not want to splice your material anywhere in the first layer because that will be visible. All the other splices are okay as long as you provide some small overlap, recommending around ½ inch. Straighten out your material and make sure that all the carbon fiber toes are straight and aligned. Then lay some epoxy down onto your surface and spread it out with a brush. This is a 2-inch chip brush. Some of the bristles do come off. You gotta make sure you watch for those because they will be visible inside your product. Remove as needed. Use the brush to push the epoxy through the material and begin to wet out the surface. This technique is called stippling. Continue this process until all of the carbon fiber fabric is completely wet out. Another preferred method for flat parts is using a squeegee to smooth and push the material down. Repeat this process of adding layers of carbon fiber until you reach your preferred thickness. You can determine your preferred thickness by measuring the dry fabric using a pair of calipers and calculating how many layers you need. I like to use the cut-off remnants to reinforce areas that may have fasteners. So in this case, it was the perimeter. When you've added all your layers and you are done with your layup, run over the entire surface with your brush and stipple out any air bubbles that are remaining. At this point, you can add your customizing labels and cover it with a piece of fiberglass. This method of layup is called a contact layup or an open face layup. We will not be using a vacuum bag and we will just allow it to cure like this overnight. Make a template of whatever it may be that you're creating and secure it, then mark it out. These small diamond wheels work excellent for trimming composites. Make sure to take your time and follow your lines carefully. Use a sanding block to smooth out all the edges. Flip your panel onto something soft and then use a small DA to deburr the backside. If you performed all the steps correctly, you should be able to peel the PVA off the surface. But don't worry if you can't get it all. Hot water takes it right off. Alright guys, well that is it. We have successfully built our first carbon fiber panel. Hopefully this was a pretty simple project for you guys, or if you haven't built one yet, I hope this kind of gives you the confidence to go out there and try to build your first carbon fiber part. The style and methods that we used in order to make this part are very entry level, and I think a lot of you guys are capable of doing something like this. If you guys want to follow along and learn how to build some more advanced composite parts, please subscribe and follow me on Instagram. Also, I'm building a really cool MiahsBug project, and it'd be really cool for you guys to follow along with that. If you guys would like to pick up some MiahsBug merch, go to miahsbugstore.com. I will catch you guys later.